Hello, everyone. I have a query for you, and it's pretty interesting, so stick with me here. Okay. Imagine that there's two people who exist. They're both the same exact age, they're twins. And this is the only difference between them. One of the twins spent 20 years of his life learning, researching, and enlightening himself, whereas the other twin spent 20 years not doing that. He spent those years having fun, playing around, watching other things, you name it. And here's my question. Which one of those people is a better person? It's a hard question to answer because some people believe that some people can't physically be better than other people. All people are equal in their eyes. But in my eyes, the more knowledge you have, the more capable you are, and therefore, the more powerful you are. So, if you have more knowledge, like the first twin, who would argue that the partygoer twin is the better twin? Who would argue that? Like, if you had to keep one to remain alive, sadly, which one would you keep alive? I'm serious. I'm measuring the value of a human being right now. That's what I'm doing philosophically. In terms of knowledge. That's what I'm doing. I'm measuring the human life value on the basis of knowledge. So, my question is, the more knowledge you have, does that make you a better person automatically? Probably not. But it does make you more aware of everything that is good and evil. So the possibility of you being a good person increases with the knowledge you have. And the possibility of you being evil also increases with the knowledge you have. So, we all hear that the pen is mightier than the sword, that knowledge is more powerful than, conventional weapons. So, I just want to ask this question. If the person who spent 20 years of their life researching and learning and enlightening himself, what if he turned around and told you that something you were doing was evil? What if he told you that? And it was just a seemingly inconspicuous action that you were doing. But he says, no, actually that's evil, and you should stop doing that. And here's why. And then he lays it all out, and he convinces you to stop doing that evil thing. And obviously I'm referring to circumcision, because it's obviously a human violation of rights. And we need to obviously take in stride that some people are more valuable than others based on the amount of knowledge they have. And we need to prioritize those people to have better and louder voices so that they can be heard by more people. And I don't believe that I am one of those people. I don't think that I have all of the knowledge yet, even though it would seem nice to say that I do, but I don't. So what I'm asking is, how much partial knowledge do we all have? And how much knowledge, in part, can we share with each other in the most efficient way possible? So, I figure that's like one of the prime directives of humanity, is spreading the correct information to the correct people who can do the right things with that information. And so, we need to harass our leaders, the people who are supposed to have more knowledge than us, into acting less evil or more good, or both. For instance, the activism of intactivism is simply asking people to stop doing what they're already doing. It's like you're doing something evil, and we're asking you to stop, and you're not stopping. So it's literally like you're raping somebody. We're telling you to stop raping somebody, and you just keep raping that person. So you're literally forcing my hand in a higher moral conscience than you, and you're forcing my hand to become violent and stop you from being evil. That's the ultimate conclusion we have to come to. If you don't stop cutting babies, violence will happen. And you will be on the receiving end. Not your baby this time. It will come back to bite you. I promise you. If you keep circumcising babies, I promise you I will get violent. I promise you that. Because, and here's why, I'm going to defend myself here. If you're literally raping a baby, which circumcision is, shouldn't it be in the means of good people to stop you from doing that by any means necessary, if you're in the process of doing it? It's a good question, right? Sorry, I messed with the brightness a little bit. I'm wondering what it takes to be an actual good moral person. What does that look like in this world today? Does it involve violence at all? Because what's going on with our babies right now in this country is clearly violence, clearly a human rights violation, and clearly we should be doing something about it. Concurrently, right now. But we're not. And that suggests to me that most people in this world are evil, stupid, weak, and a bunch of fucking cowards. That's what most people are. However, with the efficient sharing of the correct knowledge to the perfect people, we can avoid that. We can safely say that we have brought ourselves up from evil to good by force. We can say that if we do it. And that's what I'm trying to do. So, if you're interested in any of my philosophy, my actions, my intactivism, anything like that, let me know. Just say yeah in the comments. Just say yeah if you agree. So, and say and if you disagree, try and put it specifically in the comments so that I can address it as specifically as possible so that we can get around this whole moral argument of trying to figure out when violence is exactly okay or not. Because currently, the violence is being inflicted on our babies. That's where the violence is. We're asking you to stop the violence. You're not saying anything because you don't fucking care. And therefore, you are forcing the hand of a better person than you to step in and say, stop it. What you're doing is evil, and we need to turn this ship around. So, it's not like we're asking you to do something as intactivists. We're not asking you to do anything, in fact. The only thing we ask you to do is to stop being evil. How hard is that for you? How fucking hard? It must be insanely difficult. Like the devil himself is holding your balls hostage. Like, first of all, you're stupid for believing in any religion. Secondly, you should be free to practice your religion, not spread it. Thirdly, separation of church and state. Keep your religion out of my state. And that means that, literally speaking, the religious people who circumcise their sons and daughters for religious reasons shouldn't be able to use taxpayer money to fund their circumcisions. Because that's literally a cross between church and state, and it's a violation of the literal Constitution. Get out of my country. Literally, most of you need to leave this country. I'm serious. Most of you don't deserve to be here. Most of you are too weak and pathetic to be able to live in this country. Which is sad. No country should be like that. No country should be able to say that, oh, you're too weak, you can't live here. But that's what America is. If you're too weak, you can't live here. It's literally impossible. If you're literally too weak, physically, good luck trying to get a job. You might find a job wiping tables off somewhere, but you're only going to get 20 hours a week, maybe. If that. Then you need help, you need disability assistance in order to just function in this country. It's stupid. Not helping people. The fact that there exists people that need help sucks. But it's not like it's, oh, I hate doing this. Helping people is like one of the few things that's actually a good thing about living. It's just that when you rape babies violently, I get a little upset. And it's no surprise. It shouldn't be. No surprise at all. You know how upset the slaves were when they realized that, oh, we're slaves? That must have been pretty upsetting to them. Oh, I was raped as a baby? That's pretty upsetting too. We're on the same team here. We're all on the same human rights activism side. No more slavery. No more cutting of infant genitals. No more rape, hopefully. No more murder. Unwarranted murder. Even though I think that's the definition of murder, is unwarranted. But I'm serious. If enough time goes by and circumcision isn't made illegal, you force my hand. This one. And I'll use it in whatever way I want to, violently or not, to stop circumcision. And that is my highest moral conscience speaking from the deepest of my heart. And however much I can possibly think with my brain. This comes from the deepest part of my soul. From me to you. If you circumcise your baby in front of me, and I'm there for it, I will kill you. I will fucking kill you. And I'll leave the video there.